Have you ever seen a giant triangle in the desert? These are the pyramids of Egypt, ancient wonders built thousands of years ago. The most famous stand in Giza, guarded by the mysterious Sphinx. People from all over the world come to see these giant stone wonders. Each block is as heavy as a car, millions stacked perfectly. How did people build them so long ago? Let's find out. So why did the ancient Egyptians build these giant stone triangles? It was all for their kings, the pharaohs. The Egyptians believed that after a pharaoh died, his spirit would live on forever in another world, called the afterlife. They thought the pharaoh would become a star in the sky. To get there, he needed a safe and special place for his body to rest. The pyramids were built to be giant fancy tombs, a forever home for the pharaoh's body and all his treasures. They wanted to make sure he had everything he would need for his next life. These pyramids were not built in a hurry. The biggest one, called the Great Pyramid of Giza, was built for a pharaoh named Khufu. It took a very, very long time to build, about 20 years. Imagine working on the same project every single day for 20 years. That's longer than you have been alive. The Egyptians believed that helping to build the pyramid for their king was a very important job. It was a way to honor their pharaoh and their gods, ensuring that their whole country would be blessed and protected for many years to come. Inside the pyramid, there were secret tunnels and hidden rooms. The main room, right in the heart of the pyramid, was called the King's Chamber. This is where the pharaoh's sarcophagus, a special stone coffin, was placed. The Egyptians filled the tomb with all of the pharaoh's favorite things: shiny gold jewelry, comfortable furniture, delicious food, and even games to play. They thought his spirit would use all of these things in the afterlife. They sealed the entrance to the pyramid very carefully to protect the king's body and his treasures from robbers who might try to steal them. The shape of the pyramid was also very important. The Egyptians believed the triangle shape, with its point reaching for the heavens, was like a staircase or a sunbeam for the pharaoh's spirit. It was a special ramp that would help his soul climb up to the sky and join the gods among the stars. So the pyramids were more than just buildings. They were powerful symbols. They were giant machines designed to help the king on his most important journey, the journey from this life to the next one, ensuring his spirit would live on forever and ever. Now you might be wondering, who did all this hard work? For a long time, many people believed that the pyramids were built by slaves who were forced to work. But today, experts have discovered that this probably isn't true. The builders were actually skilled Egyptian workers. Think of them as a giant construction crew, like the people who build skyscrapers today, but from long, long ago. These workers were respected for their hard work. Archaeologists, who are like detectives of the past, have found the remains of a whole town built right next to the pyramids where the workers lived. These workers were not just farmers. They were talented builders, stonecutters, and planners. They lived in villages with their families, and they were given food, shelter, and medical care. Doctors were even on site to help fix broken bones and other injuries that might happen on such a big construction project. The workers were organized into teams, and each team had a fun name, like the Friends of Khufu or the Drunkards of Menkaure. This shows they had team spirit and were proud of the important job they were doing for their king and their country. The work was definitely hard, but it was also a community effort. Thousands of people worked together, each with a special job. Some workers went to quarries, which are big pits where you find stone, to cut out the giant blocks. Other workers were in charge of moving the blocks to the building site. Then there were the master builders and architects who designed the pyramid and made sure every single stone was placed in the exact right spot. It was like putting together the world's biggest and heaviest jigsaw puzzle, and every person was a crucial piece. The workers built the pyramids during a special time of year. Every year in Egypt, the big Nile River would flood the farmlands. During this flood season, farmers couldn't work in their fields, so many of them would go to Giza to help build the pyramid for the pharaoh. It was a way for them to have a job and earn food for their families when they couldn't farm. This clever system meant that there was always a huge team of strong workers ready to get the job done, all working together to create something truly magnificent. How did the ancient Egyptians move massive stone blocks to build the pyramids? They had no machines, just simple tools and clever ideas. Workers cut stone, placed it on sleds, and poured water on sand to move them. Huge ramps helped lift blocks up the pyramid. The base was almost perfectly square and aligned to the stars. The pyramids still stand, timeless monuments to human ingenuity.